my very first trip to Clear, Miami this morning. Clear is like a facility that does talent testing for people in the adult industry. I've been going to talent testing or using the talent testing services since I started in this industry. But in light of recent events and like the faulty testing and then like the shift in the industry for everybody to go use different testing services like Clear that are PASS approved. So PASS is like a governing body that, you know, protects performers in the industry and keeps a certain industry standard. So they're like, I'll go use Clear. So it was my very first day, very first time. And for me, doing new things, especially new administrative things, is particularly difficult because I'm not like the best at switching up my routine or learning how to use a new system. So I'm one of those people that will stick with something until I absolutely can't anymore. But when it came to health and safety and testing and the health and safety of my fellow performers, it was one of those things where it was like, I'm not waiting until the last minute to do what's right on this. I'm just gonna go do the new testing partner. And the thing with Clear that was the reason I went there, the reason I went there was because they have the three testing areas. So like oral, you do like these swabbings. So I went so I could do the 3 swabbings because that's kind of like what everyone's insinuating is gonna keep us safer, and I'm always down to do something that's going to keep us safer. So first impressions of the place, when I got there, it's right off the freeway, it's closer to my house, and it's not in downtown. I absolutely hate fighting traffic to go to downtown Miami. Like, come on. And supposedly they have a concierge service, so maybe one time I can use that and I can film it and see how all that goes. But just going to the facility in Miami itself was so much easier than going all the way downtown. And the parking is like a big parking lot, whereas in downtown at the other testing facilities I've been to, it's not a parking lot attached to the building. So if you're not comfortable parking like in front of people's houses and walking, then you're kind of like left with nowhere to go. So this place had like a full parking lot. But what I will say about the parking lot at Clear that was kind of like did not like, there's no specific place in the parking lot that says this is where you're going for Cleared. So if you need signs, like a big sign to tell you like you're at the right place, the Cleared is not, and it's inside of a courtyard. So you're gonna get there and it's office buildings, and then you have to walk inside of a courtyard, and then you see a sign that says Cleared, and you're like, okay, I know I'm in the right place. But for me, going to new places is hard, and I'm not an Uber driver. I do content because I can't so like know your strengths, right? And if directions and going new places and stuff, finding people's doors is not your strong suit, don't do delivery. And so I don't do delivery. So it was hard for me to find this place. So I'm just letting it be known that you're going to get to the parking lot and you're not going to see a sign. Versus other places I've been, like the talent testing facility in downtown Miami, you pull up and you're like, oh, okay, this is clearly the testing facility. It says right here, it looks, like a medical facility. Versus Cleared, it's an office building and it's inside. And the other thing about the Cleared parking lot, which was so like, come on, there's like a religious facility in this, a religious organization in the same parking lot, and that's kind of like, why are we doing that? Why are we getting you could go and be in a parking lot with City Trends and Popeyes or whatever for a strip mall type of situation like they are. But y'all gonna be in a parking lot, like I had to walk past a organization that said like Faith or something. Like it's, so for me as a performer, when I have to go to places, I'm very cognizant about my surroundings because I might have to ask for help, and I'm not really trying to ask a religious organization or person affiliated with that, hey, where can I go get tested to do my adult content, is like gonna probably be caused some friction that I'm not necessarily trying to get myself into. Like, why did y'all do that? We could have been in a parking lot anywhere. So that's just something. And not to say that religious organizations are like gonna inherently be mean or something. It's just when you're empathetic or trying to think about other people and you don't want to put yourself on them and, you know, disrupt their day, the day they had going on, you just kind of gotta think like this could be someone's triggering thing, like you're asking for help. And like, so that's the parking lot situation. I got there, and in the front room there's only 2 seats and there's no like receptionist, so you gotta press a bell. And apparently the person that is working the blood draw and doing the actual, like, I'm sorry, there's so many people driving crazy right now. The person who's actually doing the medical stuff, like pulling your blood and taking your swabs and, you know, telling you where the bathroom is, that person is also the receptionist. So for me, I really like to just show up to somewhere, tell them who I am, pay them with my card, and like keep it pushing. And she was like, did you book an appointment online? So if you don't have the website, if you're not on the cleared website, you better get on there, because it's no receptionist there. And for people like me who want to just go to a store to go shopping, who don't do online shopping, who just want to bring their card and show up, it wasn't like that. And I will say there was another man. Our demographics are different. So I'm a 30-year-old white woman, and he was like clearly a 50-year-old white man, probably from Miami, and he was expressing his upsetness about how long it was taking. I didn't feel like it was taking long because the girl had come to the window and said, I have another person here and I'm the only person working. So I'm already in my like, she gonna need a minute type vibe. But he was like, it says clear is faster and why are we not doing? And I understood his upsetness because he was saying he was only there to do one test, like a P test, and he doesn't actually do content, but his girlfriend wants him to get tested and like all this type of stuff, and he just thought it would be quick and easy. And so, you know, he probably had other stuff to do today. Maybe works like a job, whereas like I'm a business owner, so I can accommodate other people and be like kinder to them in that sense, whereas like he maybe has his time is owned by someone else, so he's like rushing. I don't know, but that was a little bit awkward. Like, I don't like having to stand up for service staff, and like, please don't yell at people in front of me, especially when they're like doing their job and they're the only person here. I don't personally like that. So that was uncomfortable for me, to say the least. Like, why are you yelling at her? And then when the other performer came out, the person that she was testing, I knew that person. I filmed with him before. We are in essence friends. Like, we have each other's phone number. So it was just funny because he's like, you know, do you want to film? And it's like, if you're not prepared to run into other talent or talk to people about business or be, you know, you're gonna maybe go, like, I was so shocked because I go to I go testing like every 2 weeks and had never ran into someone that I had shot with before. And then I go to this place the first time on a walk-in, just randomly on, what is today, Tuesday, and there's a fellow talent who I've already shot with before who's like, I haven't seen you in forever, do you want to shoot again? And it's like, I wasn't prepared for all of that. I was just trying to come in and get tested so your girl could know what's on the up and up, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't prepared to do no shooting today. So that was just funny, and that was like an experience where, oh, but here's the highlight of the thing. I'm in the chair, she does the oral swab, and then she's like, we're gonna do the blood draw next, and then I'm gonna give you the urine and the rectal swab, and you'll go in the bathroom. I kid you not, why did I pass out in Shorty's chair? It's the biggest, like, I have so many videos where I'm getting piercings or doing something, like, and I'm like, why am I passing out in public? That is so not safe. She's putting like the alcohol under my nose so I could wake up, like the thing to wake you up. Like, girl, I am so sorry. Traumatized the heck out of this poor young lady. Like, she's just trying to do her job and I'm in her chair passing the heck out. Like, get it together. I felt so bad for her. She was so sweet and so kind. But she put the needle in this arm because this is the arm without the tattoo. See, look, she put it in right there. And she was like, when I put it in, your vein rolled. Like, you didn't have, I couldn't catch it, and it rolled. And she's like, does it hurt? I'm like, it doesn't hurt. And then she kept wiggling it around. I'm like, oh, now it hurts. And as soon as it hurt, I couldn't do enough deep breathing fast enough. I'm out in her chair. So she was so sweet. They gave me a Baby Ruth bar. So winning, like free candy, and get to know my updated status. I love it. So we'll see. I'll know how this experience goes. I'll record later tonight when I get the results, so we can see how the results segment of this goes. But so far so good. It's been a neutral, like an okay experience, right? Like, I was really happy that she helped me and that she like didn't let me just pass out in her office. But I've never passed out at talent testing, you know what I mean? And then they have a nicer parking lot, but you have to walk by religious people, and you don't have to do that at talent testing because they don't have a parking lot at all. So it was like, and then let's see what else. Like, there's no receptionist, so you got to pay more. But maybe in the long run, I don't know, it's a better work environment. I have no idea. So that was my first impressions of this new Cleared. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know when you're gonna do your testing to start the new year. All of that good stuff.